1962 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport is what you are currently looking at here, being filmed in my front yard in Clinton, New York. My name is Michael Stanton, and this is a vehicle that is borderline concourse. It really is. It's an unbelievable shape. 83,000 original miles, small block with the original 283 in it, and I'll tell you what, it drives and looks, smells, and performs beautifully. It really does. I was so tempted, as I usually am with a lot of these vehicles in this year that I own, especially the Impalas. I love putting on the white letter tires with the rims, but I didn't this time just because it's so original looking and so just badass looking like that. It looks like something, you know, like a crazy FBI agent would be tearing around the streets of LA back in 62 and 63. So I left it like it is with those original tires and rims, just because of how it looks. Did I say it's black? Obviously it's black with Palomino interior. The interior is original and it's a beautiful color, and I can tell by the way the video is taking the interior right now, that is the color. When you see my photos on my website, which is supersportmotors.com, I take photos of the interior with flash, without flash, so you can see it different ways, but that's pretty accurate now because I'm doing a video here in the shade later in the day, and I do that for a lot of reasons, to keep shadows and stuff off the car, and it just looks better. Now the only thing in this car that is not bone stock, I call them non-idiot gauges. I don't know what the real term is, but the non-idiot gauges you see down there in the tack. If you really just need it to be bone stock, that's all you got to do is take off those little gauges right there. Did I mention 4-speed? If you can't tell by the 3 pedals on the floor. So let me see if I can get some good interior views here. The back of the seats and everything are just gorgeous. Now it drives really nice. The engine starts beautiful. While we were talking about the engine, let's go, and I've already got the hood popped here. Now, I have never in all of my years in doing these videos in these cars given a car a 10 for paint. I'm going to do it this time because the paint on this car is just crazy. Can you see that? I mean, it's just amazing. It really is. Now, it takes a lot of work with black to make it look like this. It really, really does. There's no scratches, there's no door dings. I wish it was autumn. Well, it is autumn, but I wish it was more autumn, because then I could do some colorful reflections here. But isn't that crazy? I could shave in this thing. Look at that. I mean, you really can't even tell that I'm actually shining it at the paint. For all you know, I'm shining it up at the sky. Isn't that shocking? Look at the bumpers. They are perfect. Now, they're brand new. So the original bumpers that are also in extremely good shape are going to go with the car. They'll be in the trunk when the car pulls up to your door. Well, I did promise we were going to go look at the engine, didn't I? So let's go do that. So while I'm walking over here, again, my name is Michael Stanton. I've been buying and selling these cars for a long time. I'm going to set this down on the hood just for a second so I can pop the hood. Here's something really cool. I actually named my business after these cars. So the name of my business is Super Sport Motors. Back in the day, 2001, when I opened up my dealership here, I had a hell of a time coming up with a name, and so I picked the cars that I thought were the greatest cars made. And at that time, for me, it was the Chevrolet Super Sports. You also had the new Camaro Super Sport that was out in 2001, and I loved that. So the combination of all those things, and I was so lucky to get that name, Super Sport Motors. But this is the car I named it after. Now, this is a change from original, okay? And I do not have the original valve covers, but these are kind of like, they look like actually LT1 Corvette valve covers, and also just the mid-60s Corvette valve covers is what they look like, but they're beautiful. Chromed alternator and a chromed air cleaner top. Everything is clean, spick and span. Even got that. No, I don't know if that works, but it's there. Isn't it beautiful? Can you see the beautiful hood mat in nice shape? Everything in the car is gorgeous. Undercarriage is spotless. Now, there's no rust in the car. Just to be clear, there's absolutely no rust at all. So if you go to my website again, supersportmotors.com, as I make my way to the trunk, I will put probably 100 photos of the car on there. And I'm also going to start it, because can you see that right there? It's a little thing. I forgot what it's called. But you can actually remove that and give the car the open header sound. If you don't want that pipe on there, you can actually just have it removed back to the original exhaust system and cap that off, and you won't even know that's there. But if you take off that cover, which I've never done and I'm not going to, you know, sounds like you're in a race car. So I'm going to start it, okay, because I would like to show you what it sounds like. It's got a nice sound to it, and then we'll look at the trunk. Hold on. There's your mileage, by the way, 83,011. All right, stand by. We are starting. Oh yeah, badass to the core. Now I buy and sell cars. I'm going to shut it off. I buy and sell cars for fun. I've been doing it for a long time. It's not what I do for a living. I am a retired Air Force Major. I retired in 2001 from the Air Force. I used to fly KC-135 in the Air Force. I love that, but I love this more. I do real estate for a living. I own a bunch of apartment buildings, but the real estate allows me to have fun with the cars, and that's what I do. That's me. Can you see me? Huh? I'm just doing that to show you how unbelievable the bumpers are, and the chrome on the rest of the car, and all the bright work is just fantastic. It is not a car on any level anybody would ever be disappointed in because of its condition. The trunk looks like, well, a trunk. It is clean, unrusty, and it's in absolutely beautiful condition. When you get the car, there'll be a few boxes in there with the original bumpers in the car, all nicely wrapped up and stored for you. So again, please go to my website. I might take a trade. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Let me stand back here and let you get a big view of the car. I'm still dying to put some cool rims on this thing, but I am not really going to, because again, just of the originality and the pure beauty of the car, the way that it looked when you bought this thing new, what, 57 years ago, is that right? 57 years ago, which is amazing that the car's that old. So if you're going to call me and ask me if it's original paint, no, it has been painted, but the paint on this car is so much better than anything you would have gotten from the factory. It's crazy. Let's put the headlights on. They always look so much better with the headlights on, don't they? And I'll show you something else cool. Okay, there's the headlights on. Okay, so let me turn the brights on. And you can see that awesome thing that lights up and says bright. I take all my photos with the bright lights on because it just looks like the car is more alive and it just looks better. I'm going to see if I can try to get a close-up here for you of that grill. The grill, I mean, it's perfect. Can you see it? Look at it. Can you see the new radiator in there, to that big aluminum 4-core or 5-core radiator? You're never going to overheat in this thing. And I know I mentioned it runs good. It does. It starts up every time. Now, I live in Clinton, New York, zip code 13323. I am not near New York City. I don't know why everybody thinks that, but I am not near New York City. I am in central New York. I am in the dead center of New York State, right off the New York State Thruway, exit 32. Clinton, New York, which is a beautiful, historic little town that people come and visit all the time. Michael Stanton, 315-853-1967. Do not text me. I will not text you back. Ever. And my email address is majorstantonusaf@hotmail.com. majorstantonusaf@hotmail.com. It's on my website if you forget it. supersportmotors.com. So again, let me recap very quickly for you in case you missed it. 1962 Chevrolet Impala Super Sport. It is a real Super Sport. Black with Palomino color interior. I do not know the exact name of the interior, but I do know it's rare. It is original. It is a 4-speed. It is a 283 small block, and it runs perfect. Original engine. Okay? There you have it. Please take the time to review my photos and my video, and even about me if you're interested in buying the car. And then you can call me with any questions you got over and above what I may have stated already in this video and on my website. It'll make it a lot easier for me and for you too. One of the finest cars I've ever had. I have never given a car a 10 out of 10 in paint. This one I am. The interior, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. And you ask, why not a 10 out of 10? The only reason I can actually think of that I would give the interior a 9 instead of a 10 is you might be able to see it right there at the top of the sail panel. Just a little bit wavy on both sides. That's it. The carpets in the car are new. The interior is incredible. Let's go look at it again, shall we? Clock's not working. Radio works. Everything else works good. See the carpets? Beautiful. As well as the door panels. Everything's very nice. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is. Your VIN, so it's not stolen. Now this is a console car, okay? You got a console in this. A lot of these are bench seats, so the console is cool. This is a rare car. It's a nice car. It's priced appropriately. I don't think it's going to last very long. But if it does last for more than a month or so, I'm going to put those rims on it. And that will drive people crazy. So there you have it. Okay? Thank you very much for looking at my video, taking the time to listen to me. I may have made an error somewhere as I spoke, but I don't think so. If I did, you're welcome to correct me. Thank you very much. And again, Mike Stanton, 315-853-1967. I take voicemails only. No text messages, please. Thank you very much.